in the driver's seat. I'm your host, Barbara Terry. On today's show, it's race time as I rev up the engine at the Skip Barber Racing School in Lime Rock, Connecticut. Plus, I'll take you through the necessary steps in order to inspect and buy a used car. I'll review the 2005 Scion TC Sports Coupe, and we'll meet retired football great Jay Novacek from the Dallas Cowboys in our celebrity drive-by. All this and more coming up on In the Driver's Seat. Growing up in Texas with 6 older brothers, messing around with hay trucks, tractors, and jalopies my brothers used to drive, I developed a cool desire for horsepower. And now, after years of experience in the car business and a passion for anything with wheels, I now have the opportunity to share my expertise with you. Let's get revved up, kick the tires, hit the gas, and let me put you in the driver's seat.
Have a spin, turn 1.
You're a brave guy getting close to someone that might pull out.
Today we're at Lime Rock Raceway in Lime Rock, Connecticut. And I'm actually going to get in one of these cars and drive on a track with 9 other cars. So follow me and hopefully I will not wipe out today. But before I was allowed to put the pedal to the metal, I attended a training class to introduce me to the rules of racing.
One thing for sure is you don't want to get overwhelmed by the fact you're driving a racing car. It's just a better car. The only 2 things you really have to remember with all the things we're going to talk about this morning are where the left side wheels are, because the car is wider on the left side than you're used to. And also, if you do happen to spin, which is totally possible, lockup is your friend.
You race the 4-cylinder cars, and what other cars do you use?
We've all now are 4-cylinder cars that we race. And in the series, the car is a hybrid of these cars. They have wings and slicks and a sequential 5-speed gearbox.
Safety was their main focus since top speeds with these cars reach upwards of 100 miles an hour. I depended on the instructor's expertise who showed me how to buckle up and keep out of harm's way.
Once you get the lap belt tight, it should be low on your hips. You don't want it to come up on your abdomen or your rib cage or anything like that.
I'm going to be on the track with some experienced and inexperienced drivers. Where's my car? Now let's put my classroom skills to the test. Being the only woman in the race and a total adrenaline junkie, I wanted to give the men a little run for their money. The more laps I did, the more confident I became. Oh yeah! I must say though, race car driving is a very tricky sport. You must be very calculated and aggressive at the same time. Now it's time to make my move as I rev up this 140 horsepower motor in this get up and go extreme machine. I want to say special thanks to RB, aka Rocket Boy. Don't ask, you don't want to know. And Bruce, aka Sweet Lips, for letting us film here today at the Skip Barber Racing School right here in Lime Rock, Connecticut.
Cool.
Coming up next, let's go shopping for a used car, so stay tuned.
Hello, I'm David. I'm Howard with the Bellamy Brothers, and you're watching.
Hi, welcome back to our show. Obviously, the first thing you need to do when shopping for a used car is to decide on what type you want. Whether it be a domestic, an import, economy versus luxury, an SUV, or if you're from the South like yours truly, you're more than likely going to be shopping for a pickup truck. Shopping for a used car can sometimes be a difficult process, and if you're not confident in what you're doing, you could end up with what we call in the business a lemon. That could give you plenty of migraines and cost you lots of money in repairs. In this segment, I will show you a step-by-step process which will help make your car shopping experience a pleasant one.
One of the first things I do is obviously check the tread on the tires, and not only that, I'll check all four to make sure the tires are worn even.
Measure the tread of the tire, seems fairly new. Check out the windshield wipers and all power options including windows and sunroof. Glance at the overall exterior. Whoops, seems like a little fender bender. A few scuffs but nothing major. Now let's pop the hood and check out the engine.
Let's first start by checking the fluids. Your transmission fluid, your oil, your power steering fluid, your brake fluid. On this particular vehicle, I'm going to check the transmission fluid first. When checking your transmission fluid, it should always have a good rich red color to it. Also smell the fluid. And if it smells burnt, I would totally stay away from the car, especially when you're feeling it, if it feels like it has metal flakes in it. This particular car is real smooth, smells good, and the color's good, so I would say the transmission has a long time left to it. Now let's take a look at the oil. You should always look for a rich, brown, thin consistency oil on the dipstick. I would totally warn you to stay away from a vehicle if the oil is real goopy or black colored, because more than likely the person that you're buying the car from did not do regular scheduled maintenance on the car, which could mean some serious motor issues that we're not aware of. You don't necessarily need a dipstick for your brake fluid because the component actually is see-through, so just make sure it has a good level to it. And now on to the power steering fluid. By the way, always keep either a tissue or a napkin at your disposal in your car. Your power steering fluid, just like your transmission fluid, should have a good red, rich tone to its coloring. When checking your radiator level on a car that you're looking at, it's not necessary to have the car turned off for, let's say, an hour for the motor to cool off, so when you unscrew the radiator cap, you don't blow your head off with the pressure. Locate the overflow. In this particular car, this is the overflow right here, and it's usually labeled. Pull the dipstick out, look down to see if you can see liquid in there, which obviously it's a little low on antifreeze right now because it's at the very bottom. But then again, you're looking for color. Antifreeze should always have a light green, limey type color on it, and this one does. The battery in this particular car looks good. As you can see, the corrosion around the battery cables is non-existent. I'm sure you guys have had cars in the past where there was a lot of corrosion around the end of the cables. And actually, if you do have that, there's a wire tool that you can use to scrape that corrosion away. Or, real quick fix to that, is just a can of Coca-Cola. It's amazing if you pour that on there, it'll start bubbling up and actually eat the corrosion away. Always remember, when purchasing that used vehicle that you're looking at, it will not be perfect. There will be issues and repairs needed. So I recommend having a little extra money set aside or even seeing a mechanic about it. Good luck with your purchase.
Still to come on In the Driver's Seat, I'll give you my take on the 2005 Scion TC Sports Coupe, and we'll meet Dallas Cowboys great Jay Novacek. Here's the latest creation from Toyota's new sister line of vehicles, the 2005 Scion TC Coupe. This sporty coupe is powered by a 16-valve 4-cylinder motor, and for those of you who are looking to save money on gas, it'll give you awesome gas mileage, 30 miles per gallon on the highway and 23 miles per gallon in the city. Here's what some Scion professionals had to say.
The Scion TC was basically designed for a European look. You wanted to have a car that was basically aerodynamic, still good on speed and pickup, but at the same time won't break the bank.
With TC being on the market a year from now, who do you see being its largest competitor?
Other sporty coupes, the small Acura, the A4 from Audi, the Volkswagen Jetta.
I was talking to a Toyota dealer, a friend of mine the other day, a real good friend of mine, and he was explaining to me that in the dealerships, actually, you can pretty much go and just design your car.
Yeah, you can design it online, in fact. There are only two major options from the factory, automatic transmission and the side curtain airbags. But there are over 40 accessories that can be put on by the dealer or at the port. So you can go online, all the prices are there, there's no haggling, so you know what it'll cost. You can configure your whole car before you go into the dealership and talk to a salesman.
I've noticed that the TC on a lot of their standard features have a lot of upgrades, let's say, that other manufacturers would consider an upgrade.
Yeah, it's pretty much basically a turnkey operation. The standard car comes with the power windows, power door locks, the AM/FM CD, and twin moonroofs.
So this is the first two-door coupe?
This is correct. The other two are four doors, and this one's the sporty coupe. We think this is going to be the big seller. It'll probably account for half of Scion sales.
Now, what kind of gas mileage are your cars getting?
Okay, the X models are getting way up over 30 miles per gallon. The TC is in the mid-20s to 30 city and highway.
And this is a new TC model here?
This is it.
You know.
Yeah, right.
Even before the 2005 Scion TC rolled out into the showroom floor, it was a hit. I was curious to see how the public would react to this compact yet sporty machine. And after speaking with the folks in charge at Scion, well, obviously they should be proud, because the dealerships cannot even keep them in stock. I strongly encourage you to check out the TC and all the other Scion models. For more information regarding the TC and other cars, stop by and visit us at our website, www.inthedriverseattv.com.
Coming up in our Celebrity Drive-By, Dallas Cowboy great Jay Novacek. But first, here's today's In the Driver's Seat question. Before Nissan took its name in the 1980s, what was the company called? The answer coming up. Today's question, before Nissan took its name in the 1980s, what was the company called? The Nissan used to be called the Datsun. We're here in Dallas, Texas, and I was fortunate enough to catch up with three-time Super Bowl champion and retired tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, Jay Novacek, right here on Celebrity Drive-By.
Hi, today we're at Tractor Supply Company in Burleson, Texas, and we're talking to my favorite retired tight end of the Dallas Cowboys, Jay Novacek.
You're too kind.
Well, we're actually going to take a gander outside to look at your truck, but a couple questions for you first. What was your first vehicle that you purchased and owned?
A 1960 International Scout, and it had on there all-wheel drive. One four-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive.
How many times did you take it off-road?
It was pretty much, it lived off-road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure did.
When did you buy that?
Sophomore in high school.
And how many cars have you had since then?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I have a 79 Bronco, a 60 Toyota Land Cruiser, FJ25.
Nice car.
Yep. And then I've had some one-ton trucks also.
Do you still have any of these cars?
All but the Land Cruiser.
And are they at your ranch?
Yes, they are. We use them for our hunting operation.
Mm-hmm. Are they all camouflage?
Nope, just a couple of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Camouflage inside, outside, both?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, both.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. I enjoy it, and you know, we use them all the time.
Yes, he played for the Dallas Cowboys, but Jay really is a true cowboy, and having a passion for pickup trucks did not surprise me at all.
There it is over on the left.
What are you driving today?
I got the GMC Sierra 3500.
The green one.
The green one.
And why would you choose a Duramax diesel over, let's say, a Cummins or a Power Stroke?
One of the things I've liked about them was the mileage, especially the consistency of the mileage and the towing power and durability of them.
Durability.
They've really been a great truck.
All right, crew cab, dually, 1 ton. Is there a fifth wheel in the bed?
Wow.
We'll have to take a look at that.
Wow.
I'm judging. If I had to guess, I would say yes. And yes, there is. Jay, would you mind if we went for a ride in your truck?
Absolutely.
All right.
When I'm not in his driver's seat, Jay listens to books on CDs. Being the ultimate hip cowboy, he likes all types of music, but his favorite driving song is Lunatic Fringe from Red Ryder. Even his dog Roy knows how to turn up the heat in his truck.
How many times do you turn on the heated seats in Nebraska?
Not very often,
No?
but one time we're driving down the road, and my dog Roy.
You have a dog named Roy?
Yeah, he is sitting over here, and it's in the summertime. I'm going to a horse sale, and he accidentally hit the heat on the seat.
Uh-huh.
And we're driving down the road, and I got this thing cranked up, and his tongue's just hanging. I didn't know what was going on. Finally, I figured out he was a little bit
He had turned on the heated seats.
Yes.
So Jay, if you had one favorite feature of your truck, what would it be? I'm only going to give you one.
One is all.
One.
I would have to say the powertrain.
Remember when the Duramax first came out, there was just this huge waiting list for them. I was brokering cars out of a GMC store at the time, and it was the huge thing that everyone was waiting on.
I like to be that next wave, so that if they have any of the bugs to work out, then they usually get that done without me having to be the test pilot.
He may be a real bad boy on the gridiron, but how do his racing skills compare to mine on a lawnmower? And oh, did we have fun! He ate my dust and begged me for mercy. Thank you for letting me test drive your truck.
You didn't even wreck it. I'm proud of you.
I do want to say special thanks to Jay Novacek, retired tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Thanks a lot for being on our show.
Thank you.
You're watching In the Driver's Seat. We'll be right back after these messages.
Thanks for watching In the Driver's Seat. For more information about your vehicle, hit the brakes and visit us at www.inthedriverseattv.com. Always remember, buckle up, drive safe, and we'll see you next time.